Hello everyone and welcome to Ticker Markets. Today in a special interaction, we have Mr. Ashish Chauhan with us, MD and CEO, Bombay Stock Exchange. Let's talk to him on the special occasion of launch of cotton derivatives in Bombay Stock Exchange. Hello sir and welcome to Ticker Markets.
Thank you.
So the first question I want to ask is, sir, there are many commodity derivatives which you are planning to launch, and first gold has been launched, and the second one which we launched was Guar, and now you have cotton. So what are the volume trading in it, and how do you see this coming forward, sir?
Basically, BSE was allowed to launch the commodities contracts on October 1, 2018. So it's around 4 or 5 months since we started. In early days of any exchange, the software vendors have to be ready, brokers have to be ready, their traders have to be ready, and so it takes some time for any new exchange to actually make its mark. Fortunately, BSE started with a good product on gold and silver, and then later on we added oil, Oman crude oil, as well as copper. We also have now plans to get into base metals. We also have plans to get into many other agricultural commodities. Totally around 91 commodities have been approved by the regulators for allowing trading in commodities futures. And so we pretty much will go towards covering most of those commodities. In terms of the agri commodities, Guar seed, Guar gum trading was launched last week on the 9th of February. That was our first agri commodity, which was launched only literally last week. And in the first week itself, we have reached almost 40% market share. On cotton, today it has been launched. First time it has traded on BSE. And first hour itself, we were almost 50% market share. So now I think brokers seem to have connected well to BSE. Their software seem to be ready. Their traders seem to be ready. And some of the commodities which are important to the trade, especially in agricultural side, seems to have a larger pull because of the fact that the brokers think that BSE can add value to them. What we did over last 3 years is that we have tied up with almost all associations of the base metal or the precious metals or the agri commodities. And those people actually sit with BSE team, make their contracts. They decide on what kind of contracts are required and what kind of lot size, what kind of deliveries, what kind of delivery centers. And so it's a very involved and very participatory methodology. Of course, the trade bodies also represent to SEBI themselves independently of BSE, so that the SEBI also gets to know what kind of pros and cons of allowing such trades to happen on BSE. And so I think overall this participatory approach which BSE has taken seems to be now yielding results. It's still early days, but given the overwhelming response we have received in agri commodities specifically over last 1 week, and in fact on cotton contract launch today, we are really delighted that the trade seems to be slowly veering towards BSE's offerings.
Sir, there are other exchanges where agri commodities are being traded. So, what will be the reasons for the investors to trade on BSC, sir?
See, basically there can be many reasons counted. One is of course the brand name of BSE. Most trade associations love BSE because of the 144 years of existence. Everyone knows BSE. The other part is that BSE has almost 1400 members. And those members are across India. There are 200,000 plus terminals, 3,000 cities. So BSE has a much larger reach. And across nook and corner, people are able to access BSE, which is probably not true with smaller exchanges which are very focused on a particular commodity or particular type of commodities. BSE also has the world-class technology. Today, BSE's response time is 6 microseconds. In 1 second, there are a million microseconds, and we give a response at 150,000th of a second. By the time you close your eye and open, probably few 100,000 orders would have gone. Similarly, our scale is 500,000 orders in 1 second. So these are some of the what I call the cutting edge technologies which BSE provides. Also the way the market trusts BSE in providing basically incident free, highly regulated market, because all the participants What they want is a well-regulated market, very good surveillance framework, very good reputation on how the trades will be settled and so on and so forth. So, and over the last 3-4 years, we have worked hard for connecting to all the trades, ensuring we are continuously in dialogue, and then when the trade, actually the contracts come, people want to trade on BSE. So there are many reasons why people would want to trade on BSE, but BSE is pretty much the largest exchange in India with 4.1 crore UCC, as we call it, unique client codes registered. If you take the entire mutual fund industry, probably it has 1.7 crore total number of unique codes. Similarly, any exchange, we are pretty much double that exchange. Any exchange or any depository, we have much larger connect with people because of our long standing reputation. And that is where I think people want to come and trade on BSE. And our hope is that we'll be able to increase the span of the trade when we bring newer commodities on platform.
Sir, after gold, crude oil, Iranian crude oil, and guar gum, and today we have launched cotton. What are the other products which we are going to launch soon in the BSE exchange market, sir?
Uh, we actually trade Oman crude, and we do have plans for getting many commodities. Today also the Maharashtra Agricultural Pricing Commission chairman, who was also the guest of honor at the cotton contract launch, he was saying there are two large commodities in Maharashtra. One is of course cotton, the second is soybean. So why don't you help us out on launching soybean contracts? And we have already tied up with SOPA and many other soybean agriculture and producers associations. And so we also plan to launch soybean at some point in time, but we have plans to pretty much launch many more commodities. As I said, we totally 91 commodities are allowed. We have started only 5-6 till now, and slowly you will see, but it requires a lot of hard work, taking the trade along, creating contracts which are acceptable to the market, representing to the regulator, and of course the regulator also wants to check out whether the trade wants to have such a contract or not. And so it goes through the process, and as and when we are able to convince the regulator, we would be able to launch many of these contracts.
So the last question I wanted to ask is like you have already launched uh, gold and guar gum. So can you tell us what are the volumes been trading in it?
In gold, on many days, we have done almost 25-30% transactions, but currently we probably might be running at 5 to 10% of the total traded volume on BSE. BSE is another sister exchange. India International Exchange actually trades more gold than any exchanges in India, but it's in Gandhinagar, Gift City. In Guar Gum, we started only last week, and we are now doing almost 40% of the transactions till the Friday. And today in cotton, we have almost got 50% market share in the first hour itself. So I think it's early days, but it's basically telling us that there is some traction from the trade, especially in agri commodities and also precious metals, that people want to come and trade on BSE.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for talking to Ticker TV, sir.